Afternoon, Randy T-Bird here, January 26th. Another nice day in Arizona. Been out for a ride today. Guess my battery was dead. I was talking to myself for several miles, so I had to change batteries. I was using it yesterday and I forgot. So we had a little family thing yesterday up in the mountains. Went up to see the snow and let the boy play around in the snow. About a nice day. Anyway, just out for a ride today on the bike, and I'm catching this on the return trip back to home. So the footage will be of the city. Not usually a view that I take, but you know, people expect me to do videos, so I'm going to do a video. So anyway, good weather in Arizona. The weather's supposed to be in the high 60s, low 70s all next week, which will be nice. And kind of odd, usually it rains during the Phoenix Open, and that's going to be in town next week, so I guess it's possible that it'll rain, because it always does. But at any rate, you get a view of the downtown Tempe area here, and coming into central Phoenix where I live. I live in the old part of town where they still have irrigation and big trees and old houses. The house I live in is about 60 plus years old, and pretty cool house, really small, but very cool. I like it. I mean, it ain't Colorado, but you know what is. Thinking of talking about Colorado. Gonna plan on taking a ride up there this summer. Use this Heritage Softail and its nice big windshield and saddlebags for what it was designed to do, and that's eat up some miles. So I've been so tied up with work in the last couple of years and other things going on that I have not been able to take any really significant journeys, but that's going to change this summer. Good. In the meantime, I'm still trying to get up to my my first service. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a dealer do that or do it myself. Again, I can change oil. I've done the first service on pretty much most of my bikes over the years. Like I said, I can tighten bolts, and I may have to buy a manual because there are a lot of things different on this newer M8 than there were on twin cams and even Evos. But I'm thinking I could probably do that. Yeah, it's going to be, I'm not sure where they get $400 plus to do that, but they do. Anyway, putting some miles on. A lot of bugs out today. It's pretty warm here. It's in the 70s. Still jacket weather when you take off. My jacket's got vents on it, so when it gets warm, I can cool off that way. Most of the vents in my helmet close. It's a little quieter that way. This Arai Pro Cruise helmet really flows a lot of air when the vents open, which is great for summer here because it gets plenty hot and these things, they get stifling. I did notice one thing on it: without the breath guard on this helmet, which I usually take off, it fogs up when it's cool. So I put it back on and I'm getting used to it. But, at any rate, cruising down the 202 freeway westbound for a change. This is a crossover from the 101 freeway we just went under. Coming up to the town lake. It's a artificial lake, in case nobody noticed. Tempe Town Lake is created by a small dam. It dams up the Salt River, and that's a lake in town. Gives some character to the Tempe area. All those big buildings up ahead, and you can see the ASU Sun Devil Stadium there. But all those big buildings have been built in the last 5 to 8 years, maybe 10 years at the most. It used to be kind of an old area of town, and like everything else old in this town, they tear it down and replace it with something new. So whatever the zoning changes, money talks apparently. So now we got high rises all through downtown Tempe. There's a good shot of the lake. Nothing motorized allowed on there, so that you get rowers and sailboats and things like that. Some of them is not powered by any kind of motor at all. So there's a guy riding in shorts and a tank top. I mean, it ain't that warm, you know. Oh well, to each his own. Skin's not cheap when you got to replace it, but whatever. Sport bike guy, I guess he knows what he's doing. I guess that's what free choice is all about. But not for me. Gotta have some clothes covering up the skin here. We get a lot of people in from out of town and from back east and Midwest and whatever, and they think 65 degrees is summer. So I don't know how many of them stay here for the real summer here, the blazing hot 110 plus. If you watch some of my videos, some of my earlier videos, I went out on days that it was that hot, but I do it real early in the morning. This freeway here can get pretty congested in the mornings and afternoons. It's a parking lot. They put up these signs a few years back to tell you how many minutes it is to these certain landmarks or areas, streets, whatever. So I kind of calculate how fast it is. I guess that's at the speed limit. So the speed limit here is widely ignored. I'm doing 75 and that guy just sailed right by me. So in-town freeway, I guess 85 is considered normal. Yeah, it's funny, you never see people that are doing that stuff ever get pulled over. You know, you see other people get pulled over for doing stuff, but you know, these guys are flying down an in-town freeway. You know, hell, I like going fast. It's just I don't do it on the in-town freeways. Motorcycles here are allowed to use the carpool lane, and the so it's kind of nice. You can cover a lot of territory during rush hour. It's helpful to use in it, but it backs up too when you get towards the center city. And if you got to get off an exit, it makes it really difficult to get over from all the way from over here, 4 or 5 lanes across. So I don't use it. I don't really ride in rush hour anymore anyway. I don't find any joy in that. We're rolling through the city, kind of heading north. Curves north. You can see Papago Park to the 1 o'clock, and straight ahead is what they call Camelback Mountain. If you've got a good imagination, you can see the camel head and the hump of the camel up there. It's kind of famous. At about the 11 o'clock position is Squaw Peak, or Piestewa Peak it's called now, named after a Iraq war hero, I guess, victim, martyr, whatever you want to call it, died. Lori Piestewa passed away in an attack in Iraq many years ago, and they renamed the freeway after her because she was a Native American that lived here in Arizona. And that's pretty cool. You know, a lot of people that lived here, grown up their whole life, will probably always call it Squaw Peak. But yeah, as I said, that's pretty cool. You know, that you got to name things after your war heroes. You know, schools and parks and whatever. Yeah, traffic is starting to pack in here. I got to get over because I got to get off here in a little while. But I'm going to pay attention. This is Randy T-Bird signing off on Sunday, January 26th. If you like my videos, please subscribe. I appreciate it. I appreciate every one of you. And feel free to comment and hit that like button. And I'm starting to really pile up some views now, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, check it out. Talk to you later.